Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, switching hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Boy, I come up from the north side, we grew up here in Lee. Rockin' Yanks and Cupid chains, all the hoses on my dick. I ain't fed no nigga, I'm the beast up in my clique. Throwing up gang sign, we shaking up in this bitch. I'm a product of my environment in the vid with some stick. Ho, you know how I'm coming, got the gang in this bitch. And everybody night and niggas starting some shit. We gon' stop you niggas out, then we leaving with your bitch. Like, pull up where you sleeping, I'm a nightmare nigga in the place. Fat Boy Fresh, we checking in.
Oh, just Jazz. Hey.
Back row be love. We got some special guests today. We got the mother.
We up in the house. You better get the angle.
OG Mama Shell.
Okay.
We got Reese Cup in the building.
Okay.
So what's happening, old ladies? How y'all feeling, man?
First off,
Mother-
we got nothing. Oh,
Mother's
Just
Day
one of
around the
those
corner.
days.
Mother's Day around the corner. How y'all feeling?
we feeling great.
What
What about you? Always.
what do Mother's Day mean to y'all?
What does it
I
mean?
mean, you, because that should be a question that you both should answer. Because we know what it means. We raised you, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's a day that you appreciate your mother. You show that you appreciate her.
Mhm.
But then in the same sense, it's like
Go back.
you see us every day. You talk to us all the time. Like, why do we got to take a day to show that we appreciate you?
Right,
Whenever
we have
we,
Sunday.
whenever we
My
call,
door every day.
Exactly.
It's my key.
don't I help?
Hey,
First of
don't
all,
tell me.
stop that. First of all, I stopped using the key. Now I ring the door. Now you mad because
Why
I
you stop
stopped.
using
Now
the key?
you mad because I ring the doorbell.
Omar,
Let's be
still,
real about it.
Back bro, you too nice. I'm going that key. Man, that nigga be in
You
the
better.
house.
You
I'll
first of
open
all.
it
You first of all.
Told
Don't
you.
no ninja run my house.
Not even your kids.
No, nobody runs my. You know nobody runs me. So stop it.
Again. What
Again.
What does it mean yet?
I just told you.
Say it again.
Yeah, I didn't
For
hear
the
you.
people in the back.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Can you
Oh,
people
for,
in the back,
it's
say it
for
again.
it's for a day to show our appreciation to our mothers.
And to what?
And to what?
Lift me up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't gonna broadcast my mama out loud. I would.
Make sure.
I would. Woman in your life?
Oh.
Okay, since we talking about it, we're gonna address some things.
No.
We're gonna address
How
some
you
things.
gonna?
My mama.
Excuse me. How you gonna slide through and not
Well,
introduce me?
first of all, I'm always.
Listen.
I don't need one day. Listen, I don't need one day to broadcast my mama. I
But
do
bring
that
it
every
back.
day.
Excuse me. Bring it back. Let's
No,
break
they-
it down and bring
Hold
it
on,
back.
hold
Rewind.
Yeah, they
So
running.
what does Mother's Day mean to you?
I mean, I don't need a day. I uplift you every day.
Right, but
That's
I'm
what I'm
just
saying.
saying, you all said that Mother's Day it should be every day because we in the trenches. Y'all talking about the topics of the trenches. We in the trenches every day to make you who you are today.
Been in there.
Been in there.
Now, one thing I would say about my mama, growing up,
Gonna take care of
she
you.
showed me how to be a hustler. Now, that's one thing I would
Absolutely.
never sugarcoat. She showed what raising 3 kids was, and I never discredited her for that or nothing like that.
Absolutely.
But she has to remember, however, times have changed. Times have
In what
changed.
way? Because you grown.
Time had changed.
It's right.
As
The way
what?
these kids are being raised, times have changed.
Well, yeah, where
Right.
you
What's
going with
missing?
this?
What's missing?
Where you
Uh,
going with it?
Because if I used to be bad nowadays, she used to whoop me.
Well, see, listen though, like I didn't really get whoopings, but
I
she
did.
used to cuss me out from breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I can see
But then that's why I listen though. For that same behavior is why I cuss my kids out.
Oh,
Breakfast, lunch, and
okay.
dinner. Even with like my son. I had to say something to him the other day. Yesterday. And he started like almost like he was gonna cry. And I said, bro, cut that soft ass shit out. We don't do that. You don't get a chance. And I said, I'm a man telling you this shit. I had to take it from her.
You did you. Yes.
I don't care about none of that shit. Words ain't hurt. Stand up. You a boy finna be a man. Stand on your shit. We don't play that. It wasn't even that bad. It was just like he
Cussed at him.
Of
But I know
course.
he's used.
you gotta get used to it. Like I don't hold back with
But
my
sometimes
kids.
you have to understand. You have to respect your kids, love them equally, but respect them individually.
Of course.
Because Omar can take it tough, whereas
I don't
he
want to
does
take it to her.
But he
I don't wanna
had
take
to. He had to because I got some stories. I'll share one when he was in middle school.
Ooh, fuck up.
He changed the contact. He changed the contact form to that I spoke Somalian. So for a whole year, they did not.
Hey, you would say.
And she came to the school.
It did. She was like, you speak perfectly. I'm like, excuse me, he did what? So when he came home, he didn't know that the English teacher called me. So I started speaking Spanish, Chinese, all different languages. He was like, what's wrong with you? I had to choke him up. I had to choke him up against the blinds a couple of times.
You see that?
He tried.
Oh, CPA.
Don't worry, you
CPA
got
couldn't
a
get some hello right there.
I got a question. Is it a such thing as a favorite kid? Yes, it is.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
what do y'all think?
She has her favorite kid.
What y'all think?
I don't
What
have
y'all
a
think?
favorite.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Speak
got
on
it.
it.
Speak up.
There's no favorite. Like I said, it's how you approach each person. Now, the oldest, it doesn't take much for him to get in line. Omar, you had to rule with an iron fist because Omar just don't. He still don't listen today. He don't.
Absolutely.
He don't. He have a good heart, but he don't listen.
Absolutely not.
He be
What
Leo.
I
He
say
be
goes,
a Leo. He be
'cause
Leo,
I'm
and that's what I
Leo
tell him.
too, but
But
he
a
acts
guy
way-
Leo.
She's
he
a
is-
Sagittarius. She's too dominant. She's going to scare a man
What
off.
about
My
you,
thing
Shell?
is, I have a favorite son and I have a favorite daughter.
Yeah, that's bullshit. We ain't trying to hear that.
Her favorite is Peanut.
Oh,
Peanut
you heard
is
said
not-
which one?
No,
Which daughter?
Peanut is not my favorite.
Peanut is your favorite.
Peanut is not my favorite. Stop it. Stop
Don't do
it.
that. Don't take
Listen,
it.
when she talks to Peanut, it's calm, cool, clear. When she
Because-
talks to me, I'm getting
Because
cussed
you
out.
don't listen.
I don't even curse you out. Oh my, come when you don't listen and you. I have
She's
to
gonna cuss
remind
me
you
out.
that I'm a thug. I'm a Christian thug because you push me, you're gonna see the other side. You don't want none of that. This not what he wants.
I ain't graduated that yet. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get that Christian.
That's okay. That's right. He don't understand.
So do y'all have favorites? Yes or no? Y'all still
No,
being around the
there's
question.
no
I
favorite.
love both.
You know, my
Absolutely.
kids asked me the other day, do I got
love
favorites?
all three.
Absolutely.
You say yeah.
No, of course not. I told him no. And then my daughter was like, yes, you do. I was like, Kaylee, you're not my favorite. I love both of you all the same. The
Right.
problem is, I know what I get. Like you said, you know, with your kids. I know what I get with both my kids. My daughter, she a thug. She gonna hold me down 100%. Not so much when it comes to my son. He's iffy. I don't know what's going on with him. Love him just the same. It ain't no favoritism or nothing. But I know if I, you know what I'm saying, if the house burning, he might save his mom before he saved me. I get it. I ain't tripping about it. Like, I know who my son is. It is what it is.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true on a good day, but on a regular day, that nigga going after his mama and dad, I'll catch you if I can. It's cool. I get it. Kaylee, she gonna ride with me 100%. It is what it is. So
Yeah, they do.
I feel like who has a stronger relationship, mama son or daddy daughter?
well, they can't.
I mean,
I don't know, cause she like me more than Brianna, so we ain't gonna act. We ain't gonna sugarcoat the shit cause we recording. We know what it
a
is.
woman.
She called me all the time. No, I'm gonna cut her off. She called me all the time. I'm tired of this little motherfucker. Why she can't be like you? Yeah, don't sugarcoat
Don't
it.
you feel like you
Hold
have
on a minute.
it's a connection because you're older? I feel like that.
No, your age can't count to the
I was
game.
I was around.
Like that.
She should have stopped the perfection.
you don't
She
feel
should have
like-
stopped the
Guess what?
perfection. Is what she
Because
should have
guess
did.
Guess what? When I get done with him, I'm calling up the stairs to her. Let me tell you what the done.
Absolutely.
So again, they compete for my love, and that's okay. We're gonna see who wins Sunday.
I know that's right. Oh, okay. I know that's right.
See,
Y'all
my mama
so
know
great.
who gonna get you in style, mom.
Well, you know, you can't.
Who is gonna get you in style,
But
mom?
you can't. Where you get it from, Omar? Let's talk
Okay.
about
Oh,
that.
here
So
she
you
goes.
can't. You
I get it
you
from my
just
grandma.
get you get it from your mother. But however, my mother too. Well, however, it's don't discredit them. They do. I can't complain
I-
because they always show up in big ways for me
That's good.
all the time, not just for Mother's
But
Day.
you know
they
what
make
grinds
it
my gears with
extra.
her?
Oh, bless
They
your
make
mama.
When
it
you trying to
extra.
give her
You
a
gotta
secret?
quit. You just haven't learned that yet.
Bless
I
your
gave
mama.
you. I gave him the. But look, that's all right. I know how to get him. I know how to get him straight. You see,
Right.
yeah. See,
You know what
But
grinds
help
my
out
gears
too,
with her?
sir. Hush.
When you trying to propose a secret for her,
Oh yeah. I don't
she
like-
asking me damn questions.
I don't
said,
like
we
secrets.
threw a surprise party, right?
I do
It
not
was so
like
damn hard to
secrets.
do this party.
I know,
She
so I don't
irritated
like
him. I said,
secrets.
"Give me your phone." What you need my phone
What you
for?
need my
Who
phone
you
for?
calling?
I have questions.
So what we did was we called all her friends from Chicago, like all of them,
They did. They got.
and we snuck her. And when they got there, she was like, "What the hell? How they do that?"
I was like, it was not, I didn't, because normally I'd be on top of everything, because I stay on top of things like a bride and groom on a 3-tier
Mhm.
wedding cake, but
I
that
know
was
that's
slipped
right.
through me. That sure did.
And then her
That's what
friends
she
that did come, they was pissed. Why they ain't tell me? She like,
Well,
well, my
she-
kids did it.
My
That's why.
kids did. I don't have to explain. I'm not explaining anything nowadays.
You wasn't here.
They wasn't here.
I got the
It's
important
in
ones.
love. Wasn't
got what?
personal.
I had the important ones that needed to be there.
There you go.
The ones that you knew of, that you can't. That's not your responsibility to figure out who needed to be there. It wasn't about the people. It was about what you was trying to do for me.
So the people that watching in the back, just tell them the type of childhood we had, like growing up.
You had a good childhood because I worked.
Yeah,
I
my
made
mama-
sure you ain't never went home. You ain't gonna never. I never asked anyone for anything. I got all three of y'all to college, even though he.
We gonna talk about that.
Omar, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's another. We'll table that for another discussion. But Omar know how you never gonna want for nothing because I'm a hustle. I'm not gonna wait on nobody. I'm gonna get out here and work 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs and was in school. So nobody can tell me nothing. I
And
did
it's
it.
3.
It's 3 of them. I did it. So it's like when men, I don't like when men be whining. What is you whining for? Because women, we got bigger balls than men. Whatever.
I
Have
think
some
that's where I get
men.
it from.
All day,
Some
all
men.
day.
Some. I won't say
Right,
all.
no, like I said, and exactly, I say it all the time. We women raise boys into men, and fathers raise girls into women. What I did for them, it was a difference. But like she said, I was a hustler. They knew I was getting it in. They didn't want for nothing. That style and everything that come. They know where it was from. They
Right.
knew I was gonna get it.
Right.
I wasn't depending on daddy to help me do it. We vacation 2-3 times a year. They were used to it. So, and I wanted to show them something different.
Absolutely.
I wanted to show him how to treat a woman. This young man
Absolutely.
opens the door for me, believe it or not. I'm gonna tell you a little secret about you.
You know, my hoes know I open the
He-
door.
he a gentleman.
I'm
He
talking
really
about my
is.
hoes. I am
When-
in a
when-
faithful
when I say-
relationship
when I
now.
say
I'm
that you-
Beside him going to do all that
They're-
cussing, but he's so such a gentleman.
Their friendship. This one here, again, love them. Open
Yes.
door. This is who they are. They're near.
They are.
That's very true.
And it's rare. It's rare. But to see young black men without a criminal
Right.
Absolutely.
doing their thing, college education.
Hey, yes.
And at the end of the day, so really, I know it was a Mother's Day thing. You know, I'm gonna
Right.
get on them in a minute, but I will salute both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They
Both
are.
They are, and there's a third one missing.
Yeah, we're gonna
Not
get
here.
into him.
But I'm gonna salute him
Him
too.
too.
Because
And
he's doing his thing all day, every day.
Fact.
in his defense, he ain't here because he taking care of the
Yeah.
business on the other side
Okay.
of stuff. So
Okay, we'll
he
let
making some shit happen for us behind closed doors.
yeah. But like your mom said, we do salute you both because you all have become exceptional young adult black men who are really doing the thing. And that is rare to not have a record, to have knowledge and to have a mother that instilled all these things
Yes.
in them and to be accepting of it, even though they may begrudge and don't listen. They listen to us in the small back of the small thought in their mind. They don't let us know, but they
That's
listen.
why they call.
That's why they call.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Jazz, I'm gonna tell you, I salute you because you sit
Yes.
in this room with them
Absolutely.
every Friday, and I don't know how you do it. I don't know
How you do it.
Okay,
Taming
what
it.
about applause?
Right here.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know
do.
how.
How?
'Cause
Man, sit your dumb
really, that's what we doing.
Put a
Really?
round of applause.
Right here, you better get
When I
her.
try to do it any other time,
Yep, she's so deserving of that.
but I ain't gonna lie, like as I got older, my mama like when her husband died, my stepdad,
You know how
she
that-
made it like she stood 10 toes, and I know I used to give her hell. I used to jump out the windows. Mom was like, "You ain't going nowhere." Yeah, all right. As soon as you go to sleep, I'm jumping out that window.
See, I want that kid. Like, I really was on some chill shit. Like,
I get my mama here.
you know, I ain't gonna say my sister dad, he was always there, but it was a situation where it's like it was still me and mom type shit.
Right.
When Brianna came, it was me, her, and Brianna. Like, he was there, but dude just, he wasn't shit. So that's why she left his bum ass. You know what I'm saying? It just it
Moving
is what
truck
it is.
pulled up. He did
You know? And
That's
I
how
don't
I
think
roll.
I really gave her trouble. Like, granted, I started doing shit about, what was we, Tier? About 13, 14 motherfuckers started fucking up.
Let me wait.
Middle school.
Yes.
So my first,
Let me say
We
this.
just,
so I got my little first pack. I'm like, hey, I'm out here. I was out here before niggas was out here.
Let me say this. I got a call at work, and there was another Brandon that went to his school. Okay,
Oh,
and he called me and said,
Don't talk about that.
"Brandon's not
We're not
graduating."
gonna talk about
I
that.
said, "Huh? Brandon's not graduating. Brandon ain't what?" Oh, okay, I was at work now. I went grab my purse. I gotta go. He came up in that house. I was sitting on that couch. I told him, "I can't get it. This the other Brandon."
I was trying to figure out what the fuck going on. I'm going to school. I'm doing what the fuck I gotta do. This nigga told me I ain't graduating. I'm like, y'all just don't like me that fucking much at this school. Y'all gonna tell I ain't.
Yeah,
Like, what I do to y'all?
he kept on.
I think he loves swearing because it just come off his.
I can't help it. I'm
Yeah, he
You know
can't
what?
even.
Like-
Man, he a
can't
Gemini.
do it. He just love.
He a Gemini like Kanye.
You know what he told me? I think it's about 16,
This one too.
17. He said, "When I turn 18, I'm gonna cuss you." I told him that when you turn 18 and you cussing me the fuck out, you better have your bag locked up and make sure your ass is gone. Because I'm gonna tear you up. Did you ever do it, son?
Listen,
In your head? Was it in your head?
I didn't
Play
have
it out
to
in
do
your
it.
mind.
because at the end of the day, what was it about? What was it, like 20? I went up to Whitewater. 19, 20, went up to Whitewater. Then right after Whitewater, I left. So I didn't really have a reason to cuss her out because I was always gone for the most part. So it was like, what am I cussing her out for? Then it's like she just called me every day. Son, I don't talk to you. I gotta see what's going on with you. Oh, you don't remember that?
But you know what? The best birthday I ever had. You called me. Oh, I'm getting out of class. I'm going to this girl house. I'll call you in the morning. So I go to school. They talk me into going to school. I usually take off for my birthday.
Okay.
Now I told him, I said, "Man, you go play bingo. Like, what am I gonna do? My bingo partner gone. Knock on the door.
He was there.
He drove the 13 hours up here. Talking about I wasn't gonna let you celebrate your birthday.
See,
Yeah.
Nothing but love.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
let me
right.
tell you something. Anybody coming for him, I got him, mate. When he,
that's
I'm on that hip too.
I
You know
believe
it.
it.
I'm ready to go. He calling me, Mom.
Yeah.
And I think I even told his girlfriend, you know, you want his love? You want him to really be like, next time you jump up and get ready to go, tell him maybe whatever, it's go time. She don't get it.
I call myself jumping up my mama. When was like a couple years ago? I was like 23. Fool, she smacked the hell out of me so bad. I can feel it to this day. You ever got smacking? You hear the static in your ear? Fire! I said, "Oh, she ain't playing today." I said, "I ain't coming back."
I didn't just smack you for no reason. Tell the whole
I was
story.
talking
See,
crazy.
Omar like to tell.
I
Omar
was-
give false information.
No, I don't.
And I had to bring him back, so I just let him go and say what he want to say. Do what he
I have my
wanna do.
toe. I got dealer pop,
Because
but that smack, I feel it to this day. You ever got like static in your ear? No.
I had to remind him because sometimes with young men they get to the point where they feel like they grown.
Exactly.
They want to be grown when they want to be grown, but then they want to be kids when they want to be kids. So I call them men children. So you a man child, then you gonna challenge me? Oh no, that's not
I
what
never
you're doing
would
today.
try to put my hands on you though.
You never would have. Oh
I-
no, you would have been
I
not.
knew not to do that. I
breathing.
ain't
No,
gonna
you
lie.
weren't gonna never do that to that.
I'll
guy,
book up like.
But
don't make me,
you
but-
bucked up, and when you buck up, that was my reflex. Although I apologize, don't buck up on me because I don't walk up on me,
It
don't
just
buck up
happened.
on me. It was just
Right.
my reflex. And then don't talk with a certain tone.
Mm.
You don't have to be
Woman.
He thinks no. Let me finish. He thinks because he don't swear because he do. I will. I'm watching my tongue too because I told God I'm gonna be cuss free. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
He thinks because he don't swear that his tone that he use, he's tone deaf. He don't understand how he communicates.
I agree with that.
He's tone deaf.
Like a lot.
Yes.
Because sometimes you be saying like
We're
when you
not being
texting and it's
feminist.
real slick.
And it's aggressive
You're not even
and
cussing,
it
it's
just
slick.
it's aggressive and it's like hold on my
Damn.
guy, watch your tone.
Tage be saying the same, like, it's your tone.
Woman,
yeah, I know.
woman
It's
play
not-
victim.
this
Y'all
is
know
the
y'all
thing.
play
It's
victim.
not a
This is the
victim,
thing,
Omar.
I
It's
feel
about
like-
respect.
My tone, not with, of course, the moms, but we can talk about the relationship side. I feel like however I say something,
That's
if
what I
I'm
mean.
saying it,
It shouldn't matter. Is that
don't
what you're saying?
be soft.
Oh yeah, of course you're saying that.
Don't be
Well,
soft.
that's
Don't
what-
be weak. Stand up. take what I'm saying because it's not. I'm not saying it out of a aggressive place. Just because you
Genuine.
think I'm saying that, it's a
that's not-
genuine
that's not
spot.
true.
But you know what though?
It's
Let
not
me- let me
always
say
talking about this. I'm
this.
an aggressive nigga. You
Let me-
know
no,
me.
no, no, let me say
You know
this,
what
though.
you got when you got me.
Let me say this. He watched me. He seen me step into that corporate world. He seen me do whatever needed to be done, and there was nothing soft, nothing. I wasn't like, hey, this is what it is. This is what it is, and he knew that. So for him to deal with somebody that is talking about tone and things like that, he knew who raised him.
Right.
And I don't think it's a disrespectful thing. Did I hurt your feelings?
She be talking tone shit.
Yeah,
too.
she's
You
another
know.
one.
Yeah.
She's another one.
Quit being
who
soft.
Want to say, and then all of a sudden, you hurt her feeling. Oh, my daughter got that bad.
I'm
Oh
a
my
hurt
God.
person.
But you know, I never
It's
played
because
with
you,
either.
I can't-
but
I
you,
can't
that
be
you
that with
have
me,
to
though.
be you. Everybody receive information differently,
Yes.
so you can't expect people to receive it the way you want it aggressive. But
Yes.
some people are softer. You know what I mean? What's wrong with
But
you
you
trying
heard
to
what she
softer?
said.
Mama though,
you
listen, this
She
my
talked to me
thing with
aggressive.
it though. You know who you dealing with, so you know I'm an aggressive nigga. I'm a
Yeah.
genuine, like it's coming off genuine, but
Love.
I'm aggressive. It's love, so you can't be
It's
on
about
some.
You can't play
compromise.
victim.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
about
do that,
compromise.
though.
You have to be willing to meet in the middle
I
because
agree.
no
So
one person is the same. You have to learn how to compromise because it irritates you if a person approach you softly. You just said that.
It don't.
So
Yeah, it
to a
does.
certain
It does.
extent, but you have to
No, because the
understand.
woman can't talk to me aggressive. My mama didn't talk to me aggressive.
But see,
It's not
but you,
aggressive.
but you
when
have
Zaz
to
do that, I don't play that. Who you talking
but
to?
what you have to
No, facts,
understand.
facts. But that ain't what she's saying though.
What I'm
y'all
saying
got
is
you.
everyone has a different environment and a
Yes,
way
that's
that they
true.
grew up, and you have to
Absolutely.
be conscious of how
we're not gonna use that
everybody
as
view
excuse, Mom.
things. But
That's-
I'm not. It's not about that. It's about if you love someone, you would try to understand what's the best approach for that
Absolutely.
person. It won't require the same approach.
I can't in that respect, he's like me. I can't stand a weak man.
Me either.
I don't like that. I want it done when I want it done. Period. I'm paying my bills. I'm covered. And everything I do, they watch me, especially him. This was my buddy. He knows who I am, what I'm gonna do. And I can listen a little bit.
But after a while, yeah, you be like,
Please understand, I don't have that type of patience where I'm gonna sit here and coddle you. I'm not gonna hold your hand. I do that for two people, Caden and Kate. That's it. That's
But I
it.
ain't gonna lie, and that's my whole thing with even that. I ain't watching how I say my tone and shit with them because they gotta understand, even as kids, this world gonna chew you up and spit you out if you on that weak shit.
But
So I
even
can't
so, the
sit
reason
there
why I
and
say
be
because
like,
I've counseled like people and kids because I used to do crisis, but you sometimes what our parents say and do to us can be damaging when we get
Yes,
older. It's an
absolutely.
approach because everybody can't handle that. They just
Yes.
can't. It's some people can't handle that. It's a different. You have to use a softer touch, and it's hard when because we passionate like go get it like know what we want do, but I have to realize and check my own self about my presentation to people because I used to be direct and I've grown in that area, like say it with no filter. So now I'm trying to filter things be in my head before I speak it because it could be damaging to
but see,
someone.
I guess
Because
my
when people,
thing.
it's a lot of
I'm
people are
trying that.
suicidal
Yeah,
and
I'm trying that. I
and
really
things that one day you don't know what they're
what
dealing
people
with,
going through that
especially
day.
your children.
But
You
listen,
don't know how.
this is my thing though, mama. This is where I'm coming with it though. Is I understand and respect all that, but I can do that all day long with my children. And like I said before, in the real world,
They
these
gonna eat you
niggas they
alive.
walking around, they not gonna care if are they a sensitive person. You got to stand up and be that woman, be that man, regardless. So
But-
you got to understand it from a young age. This is what it is, because the nigga on the street who walking past them ain't gonna care. Oh, this is how they need to receive it, or their boss ain't gonna. This is how they need to
You
receive
can
it. They
teach
gonna,
them those
But
tools, but in a way that they can receive it.
Understand this. I know, and he talks like this, and I know. When I left corporate America, I became special ed behavior. I did that for 11 years, and then from there, CPS. No real money in it. those kids, when I tell you, when I would raise my voice, and like I told them, just like I would tell my own kids, when I stop raising it, that's when I'm gonna stop hearing. I had boys at graduation, these are most hard, crying, and I'm going chair to chair, hugging them, because they crying because they leaving. When he would come up there, you know, and he had that passion, he'll say it all day. The trauma that some of our children face. And I remember one teacher asked me, how you let them kids hug you?
Wow.
And I told her, that's probably the only hug they get. I got pneumonia. I came back into school and I called myself sliding through the basement door. And it was the class and it was the kindergarten. There, Miss Love, that Miss Love. And I literally had to bend down and hug each and every one in that class. And then my back started hurting. So I told them, I said, we're going to high five. But I did it every morning. I didn't care who it was. And when they came in, and not just kids in my room, other rooms, when they came in and they was feeling a certain way, because I knew that was probably the only conversation. So understand when I said, yeah, I used to step on, and they knew that. And I stepped on them kids because I knew that. And I knew at home wasn't helping them do that. Hey, school board wasn't going to help them do it. So guess what?
Right.
I'm going to help them do it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and they took it, and they would listen. And the first thing we said every morning is when you know better, and they would give me the mantra back, you do better.
Absolutely.
So when they would be acting up and doing what they do, all I had to say is what? When you know better, do better. And it will change it. One of my kids who, I'm not going to say the name, but mom just called me. And I'm going to surprise him and go to his graduation.
I'm coming. If I can get off work, I'm coming.
But they all,
I know you talking about.
they knew him to the point where he would come up there and he caused that mess, but he moved on to another school and had a bond with those kids. And like I said, he'll talk it, he'll say it. His son is him. That's who he is.
He's so sweet.
And that's who he has to battle. That I'm telling you, this was my buddy. This was, and his son is him. He gonna figure it out.
That's crazy.
And he
My
will.
daughter
He
is.
might be a little bit older.
He gonna figure it out.
I'm just saying, sometime in most situations, a certain approach is needed at that time.
Right. Absolutely.
When a person is being beat up by the world, you know, they don't need all of that. No, you go get it and toughen up. But sometimes the whole reason why the world is so crazy, everybody is not allowed to be vulnerable, because when you share that vulnerability, people use it against you as being soft. And that doesn't
Yes.
vulnerable.
But you know,
vulnerability,
I ain't
no,
gonna-
I gotta piggyback
vulnerable.
off of what she's trying to say.
Hold
Vulnerability,
on.
listen,
I got a
vulnerability
story.
doesn't equate you being soft.
Right.
It just makes you human. Because a lot of these young men that's out here that's doing all this crazy stuff, they didn't have that what you all have. They probably didn't have a mother. Most of their moms, some of their moms on drugs or chose it. Because I saw a lot of women choose men over their children.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say. Mom
And
and
that
them did that.
anger build up. So when people around them who love them, who they may come in contact with, since they didn't, you got to show them something that they never seen or where they are, or based on what you have assessed what's going on with them. Because some kids won't say anything and shut down because they've been abused. There's so many children that have been abused in so many unthinkable ways, where if you come in aggression way, it's going to shut them down.
But I think the
See,
problem
shut 'em
is though,
down.
they make too many excuses for kids.
Nah,
We didn't have a choice growing up. Did you have
Omar,
a
it's
choice
not
growing
about
up?
the excuse. You missing the point.
But did
It's
you
not
have a choice
It's
growing
not
up?
about the
It wasn't.
excuse.
It wasn't that. Like I ain't have a choice. Like shit, she told me shit. You know that soft shit.
Closing this house.
But see, listen though. Listen what I was gonna say. Like even with how I come with my son though, like he still knows he can come to me. Like prime example, last year he had a little track meet or whatever. His stepdad, like basically like you know he's the bigger kid. So and I guess dude was on some like you can't do it, whatever the case is. So he came to me and I seen in his voice, you know, he's gonna cry, whatever the case is. And long story short, you know, we have to put that shit in check. There's some shit you ain't gonna do. I said, my son don't come to me with certain shit. So when he came to me, I could see it in his voice, hear it in his voice, see that he's gonna cry. I think he started crying a little bit. You know
So
what
how
I'm
did
saying?
you?
He
How was
still-
that approach? Let me ask you. How did you approach him when you saw that tear? You didn't go an aggressive way that you normally would, did
Of
you?
course not. I went to talk to
See?
him. I seen what it
See?
was.
That's what I mean.
And then I got on the phone. And then niggas tried to get buck, and I had to let them know, nigga, I'm a gangster. You
All
ain't
right.
gonna play
We
that.
not, come back. Come back.
Literally.
Come back. You
Literally,
jumped.
come
You
back.
jumped off. We talking about Mother's Day. And celebrate. And
No
celebrate.
way. It's
My
all-
mama was behind him.
Bring it back. Cause
I'm
you
just
jumped.
saying, man.
He jumped. Just come on. Bring it back.
So I do. I have questions. I guess.
Sure.
I want y'all to be quiet too.
Yes.
We ain't even saying that too
I'm gonna
much.
finish this and pour up again. That's what I'm
Just
gonna do.
chill out.
We got some more-
Jazz
we got
is
some more
have the mic.
So okay, I don't have any kids, but I feel like a big fear of mine is having a child with someone and then becoming a single mother. Like, do you feel like okay? Do you feel
We
like
just had the whole
you have to
conversation with her.
almost-
Y'all getting
That's
up there in age. I'm just
Do
gonna
you
say.
feel like you have to almost be prepared to be a single mom?
No, why would you even see? The thing is, what we think about, we begin to speak about it. Then those thoughts become our words, and the words become our action. And it's
Right.
like, don't tell yourself that you're gonna be in a stand of awareness, saying that when I decide to have children, I'm going to choose the right person.
Right.
But if you're going out there, you putting those thoughts in your mind, and you're putting that out there, preparing to be who?
Yeah.
What makes you think? Because what the world told
I
you
know
that
all
you're being single mom.
moms. Yeah.
But just because you know them, you are not your present circumstance. It's what your thought and how you see yourself.
Right.
You don't see yourself as a single mom. You
Manifesting
see
is everything.
yourself in a situation that when you have it, because you got to believe what you want
Right.
and it'll come. But if you, and then too, sometimes people that's in similar situations and that's all they know, they cannot even see themselves beyond where they at.
Right.
So they adapt this ideology that this is how it's going to be. The devil is a lie. You shall be married and you shall have a baby and you should be happy if that's what you desire.
Okay.
Right.
Can I say
I
something?
want your mom to-
And
Okay, I'm gonna say
here,
something.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Okay.
Because I have a rebuttal.
Okay.
Yeah,
my
me too.
thing is this. When I had my children,
Mhm.
I was financially stable and able to take care of them. Be very clear about it. If you want to be here and we're in relation, that's fine. But I'm not gonna take nothing you throwing out.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna play with you, and you're not gonna play. Ain't playing about me.
Right.
So at the end of the day,
Mhm.
it's not no woman wants to go in and say I'm gonna be single.
Right.
No. But by the same time, I'm not gonna take
Yeah.
to make you be here and be
Right.
present.
Right.
So what he saw was she doing it, she getting it done.
Yeah.
And then, my daughter, like he said, her father was there, but he wasn't present. They
Mhm.
both still seen me still doing it.
Mhm.
So here's a man in the house.
I didn't
You see what I'm
acknowledge
saying?
him as a man.
And my thing was,
I still
this is what I was gonna do. I wasn't gonna teach him to speak on it because I'm
I'm trying to
but
let you
this
say
is
what
the
you
time
say
you
yourself.
give them.
Right,
It's
but-
about mothers, not those who
My-
didn't or it's that. Yeah.
But my whole reason for having the moving truck pull up, you understand, is to show him in the blink of an eye, don't think she won't walk.
Right.
I wanted to show him that a real man
Go handle that
goes
business.
to work and handles his business. And when he don't, guess what? The moving truck pulls up. I wanted to show my daughter,
Mhm.
you don't go out this door working and he's sitting in that chair.
So
Right.
but not.
If that's what it is, the moving truck gonna pull up.
Right.
Right.
So I told him, pick your sister up after school. When I went and tapped him on the shoulder, all I wanted was my bed. It was brand new. Get up. He groggy. Get up. He seen all them big black movers. What? Dog, I've been telling you.
Mhm.
Again, don't play with me.
Right.
And my thing was, I put me back. It was about him and her.
Mhm.
What I needed to show them in that moment.
Right.
That's not where
It's true.
that's not it.
Right.
But like I said, I didn't have him. I didn't have her and say, I'm gonna be a single mother. No,
Right.
nobody wants that.
Right.
But what I did know is when I had him and when I had her, it didn't matter because I could take care of
Right.
both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because no matter what circumstances happen, whenever that time come for you,
Yeah.
a mother is going to always be a mother.
Right.
A mother love, not that fathers don't love. A mother's love is so unique in a sense where it's that unconditional love where no matter what, you are a real true mother. And I'm not talking about those who don't do what they supposed to.
I
May
was gonna
God
say
be with
now,
them.
all
'Cause
mothers
it's-
ain't mothers.
But
Yeah.
then too, that goes back to how
They was
people were
raised.
raised.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
lot
true.
of people, mothers who, and their mothers may not be able to be what they were to their child because of how their mothers was with them.
Right.
So it's all the generation of things that needs
But
to
here's
be
the thing.
broken. But it
Gotta
stops
rebuttal
with
that.
you.
Yeah, 'cause I,
But it stops with you at the end
Yeah.
of the day. No matter what you exposed to or what you're taught, at the end of the day, as we grow and become who we supposed to be, we're going to learn on the way if we're open, if we're receptive to it. We don't have to accept what's presented to us because it's there. You still have a choice.
Yeah.
You get to choose who you're going to build a family with. Those
True.
are your choices. Nobody can force you in that.
Right.
And a lot of times people see they want the baby, but they don't realize it steps to having the baby.
Yes.
Because you got to teach the child. That's why we having chaos now, because
Yes.
people were not parented in the way that they should have, and they want to find excuses. Not about excuses, because when you bring a life in this world, it's your responsibility to teach them and guide them.
Right.
To
But
the
let's
place
be
they
honest.
should be.
Hold on, because I was
We didn't have our daddies
But
growing
it's
up.
about,
I
but
didn't use
it's
this
not
shit.
about
It's
the
not his
fathers.
turn
You
to
missing
tell.
the point.
But you said it's how you raised.
But I'm
My
saying
daddy
not.
wasn't even
But
my
I'm
race.
saying it's
Yeah.
not about the.
I'm
You
asking
keep
the women.
bringing. We asking from a woman's
Yeah.
perspective. It's not about. It's about being a mother.
Right.
Men, we're not speaking to fathers about being a father. We're speaking to mothers about being a mother.
Right.
Let's keep the
I think you-
subject at hand.
Parenting though.
But
Absolutely.
but
But I think it's
But-
a yin and yang with it.
but
It is.
however, it's like no matter what, my grandparents was married 53 years and they each knew their roles. And their mother and my grandmother's role was always, she was a nurturer. You know, that's what women do. Men do, they provide, they protect, they supposed to lead, and women are nurturers. And even when the time where men, even when they were present or not present, it's about a mother. A mother has an ear of a child that a man could never have in a way, because God designed us to be nurturers.
But how do you feel?
But it's like you keep bringing it back and making it be that, but we have a responsibility as a woman
Yeah.
who we allow to ourselves to lay with. You can't blame a person
Right.
if you're choosing that, and you know what I mean. You have a choice at the end of the
That's
day.
very
It's
true.
your,
And that's what I
Hold on,
wanted
but
to
let me-
say.
But let me say this.
it's your choice.
Y'all
But let me say this. These young, and y'all might get mad, but these young women today, they're not built like we.
Exactly. That's
They
the
don't
problem.
stand 10 toes.
That's the problem. No.
They get sensitive. They bitter baby mamas. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Because let me go back. Whatever. My son, I knew who he was. Yeah, mother, I'm gonna praise him for who he is and what he's done with those children.
Absolutely.
At 17, he didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And I helped make that choice. And when I say who he is with shared placement and what he's doing as a man, and do you know the court system kept knocking him down,
Yeah.
kept knocking him down. Oh, you in Atlanta to go? Why are you in Atlanta going to school? What do you mean?
Right.
Why can't he be? Because guess who picked up that slack? I said it day one. Hey, I'll never tell somebody what to do with their body, but I have goals for him. I have dreams. That from the minute I had him, this is who I wanted. I knew the man that I wanted him to be.
Is that what you mean? He didn't have a choice because he really didn't, because
Whose
I don't
mama
wanna-
was?
She didn't give me a choice. She
Right.
said, "I'm having this baby."
you made
Yada
my-
yada.
okay, I didn't know.
And it's the
Okay,
thing. It's
yeah.
so funny because
And
now the
that
bitch
sucks.
is going to the same spot that I used to live in Atlanta. Now she first hit me with the, "Oh, well, you can have the kids during the school year. I'll take them during the summer and breaks." I said, "Bitch, no. I keep with my kids during the breaks."
Come
But
on,
hold
bring
on.
it
No,
back.
I don't
Just
sugarcoat when
bring
it comes to
bring
it.
it back.
So
Bring
then-
it back.
So then what happened was, so now she's on some, "Oh, well, we're going to have to go to court," because I told her, "Hey, I'm going to take half the summer and I'm going to take one of the breaks. You take the other break. We can rotate it." that ain't good enough. My thing is, if I had to stop, put my life on hold, come back to Milwaukee in order to be in my kids' life, which I still wasn't in my kids' life, because guess
she
what?
snatched them out of
They
the
put it in the system that, hey, you get full custody and all that shit, you get full placement, whatever. He's in Atlanta, cool. I came back. Guess what she said? I got sole custody. I got sole placement. I don't gotta let you see them. I don't gotta let you
Right.
talk to them. So guess what? I had to go through this and go through all the bullshit until I got back in court and got custody of my kids. So now you think I'm finna just let you walk out and go to Atlanta to the same, not even Atlanta, go to Beaufort, Georgia, where I was at,
The same
and
place where I
live
had a
your
home.
life peacefully and make agreements with you and this and that. I don't trust you to take care of my kids down there and do what you need to do.
You're not gonna take care
You
of them.
you
and
want
do
them
what
to
needs
come
to be
down there
done.
and be babysitters and all this, and we ain't gotta go too deep into it. What I
Right,
will
yeah,
say
right.
is, women do stuff. And like I said, she's one of those that I'm not even gonna go too deep.
Yeah, because we ain't gonna
Fuck
speak
her.
on her too much. She don't
She's
need
not a
all that.
real mother, though, is what I'm gonna say. And back to your thing, what I was trying to say was, you ain't gonna be a single mother. 'Cause what, like, piggybacking off of what she said is, you know who you dealing with. You know what
Right.
type of man you dealing
Right.
with, especially if a man got kids, or you gonna kind of see his characteristics. He's not gonna be taking care of his other kids and then not take care of your child with him.
Right.
That's just not even gonna happen. Especially if y'all, if y'all don't work out, y'all do work out, cool. If y'all don't, you know that man's still gonna be there for his child with you, regardless of whatever's going on, because you already see what he's doing with his other kids. That's for one. Two, going to a situation like how Blueface is right now. This
Honest.
nigga is on social media saying, I don't want a kid by this bitch. Get
Yeah.
the abortion. Don't do it. She's still walking around pregnant. So at some point, when she starts crying tears, because she will,
Yeah.
when he's showing who he is, because he already showing who he is, how you gonna be mad?
Yeah, I seen her crying.
But see, again,
Why are you mad
That
when
goes-
he's
but
showing
have
you who
see,
he
so
is?
that leads me back to my
You
example.
know you lay down with her.
But no, this is it's the
Right.
it's
It's
accountability.
his fault too.
It's accountability. Both parts have to take accountability.
Accountability.
But that leads
Oh, no,
me.
absolutely.
Have you seen her mother? This is the point that I'm trying to.
He got into a
come
fight with
back.
all them.
But I'm saying, have you seen?
He fought him.
But her mother. Sometimes people don't. Now there are some individuals who will come out of a bad situation, and some they respond to it differently. But at the end of the day, whatever you've been through, what happened to you bad, if it was a bad way with your mom, that's not a person's fault. But it is your responsibility
Right.
to be better than what was presented to you.
Right.
Because you can't, I'm not saying that, see, people don't want to heal property because they want to continuously carry that along with them, saying that, well, my mother didn't do that. Well, you don't know what her story is. Yes, that's bad that your mom was not there for you and you was exposed to those things that you shouldn't have been because you need a mother during that time.
And see, what I was gonna say, like, even piggybacking off of what you just said, as children now, especially as adults, we have to respect y'all even more, because especially having children, you going through it.
Yes.
See, y'all didn't know what y'all was doing growing. Like, y'all knew, but y'all like
but listen,
y'all didn't. Y'all
Prime
learned
example,
as
Chris.
y'all go.
But
But
that
listen.
we was going to see, but it's like your mom said, it was a different time.
There
It's a different time, like
It's
social
a
media and all
person.
that.
Yeah.
It's
And even-
tinted.
But even with my grandchildren's mother, even when my son was in school, I would get the kids Friday through Monday, get them dressed, take them home before I go to work, and then have them the entire summer, making sure that there was a relationship. And somehow that gets lost as to what was done, and it's a resentment. And I tried. And he'll tell you many a day got on him about whatever. But again, I didn't want, you need to be who you need to be.
Right.
These women, and like I said, there are things, I see the women in the bloodline and where I come from, and somewhere it's gotten lost. My niece, I try to tell her, my daughter, and I get it, social media and things like that.
Yes.
But there's a
that's the devil.
certain expectation that I can only, because like I said, they didn't have to worry about certain things. I sit there, and if something was on my mind or is on my mind, they don't know that. It's many a day they don't walk in the house. And I've been deep in thought, but I put a smile on my face, move, and I think sort of like, you good, like that. But me being who I am, I'm gonna make that happen.
Right.
You think a man gonna be on the internet talking about he don't want no baby with me? Deuce. I'm gonna do this on my own. I ain't gotta get on the internet. I ain't gotta do nothing. And believe me when I say,
I mean,
I may not need anything from you,
Listen.
but if I do,
listen though,
if
Mom.
I do, guess what? You're gonna give it to me.
Listen
because
though,
this
Mom.
is your child.
Granted, I wouldn't want a baby by Krishan either. And
Right.
she out here twerking, 20 weeks pregnant, and she twerking on stage and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, you know what you got going on. You know you got to travel. He said, "Hey, I'm not gonna watch the baby. I'm just not gonna do it. I got what I got going on.
But you know, with
You ain't
them,
got no business doing
with
it."
them
Who is
two,
she?
that's them a bunch
She's
of
his
foolishness.
girlfriend.
They a bunch of
That's what it
foolishness
is.
because both of them ignorant equally. They are.
Right.
It's not just her and him because they played the craziness
He know what he laid down
together.
with,
He
though.
know they both
Yeah.
they feed off of that because these are people who are not willing to take accountability to go get themselves healed.
Yes, she
They
right.
won't get healed. So this is a product of unhealed beings who did not. People always want to say what need to be fixed, but they're not willing to fix it. It's too many resources out here for you to become a better person than what you was raised
You,
as.
you
But
know
you're
what?
choosing. That young lady is choosing because her mom, and it's like go get the help, and then you have this closed mind. People try to help you and reach for you, but you have to be open to it.
But like I tell them,
You have
all
to
the
be
time,
open.
hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
So if you
That's true.
remember,
That's true.
that, you can't be what you're doing. Like I said, I try to lift them up.
No, I will say this. I don't want to cut you off, but I will say this because she did what she had to do as a mother.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
It
then
shows. Absolutely.
talking to, I didn't really talk to I've seen my father when I was like 8 or 9 or whatever, and then I didn't talk to him again until I was 17. The day my son was born, he called me. She had him call me.
Hey,
I was crying like a
Let me
motherfucker.
tell
Like,
you
why the fuck
something.
he called me today out of all
Let me tell you
days?
I
So-
swallowed my pride. Let me tell you.
Hold on, I just got to finish this. So then I didn't talk to him again afterwards. And I know we're talking about mothers, but I just got to say this. Didn't talk to him again until COVID. He was down in Atlanta. He called, and first my brother called on his side, and then he called and he was like, he just wanted to talk to you, he want to have a relationship with you, whatever. And I was like, whatever. So talked to him a little bit, and then now recently, especially because I done started driving trucks and shit,
Yeah.
which even though I ain't talked to him since this other change, but they're talking and in the conversation, he said, you got to break the cycle. I just did what I seen my grandfather do and my dad do.
Yeah. my
That's who
parents
I
do the same
was.
thing.
You got to break the cycle. It was like,
Absolutely.
nigga, I'm breaking the cycle because you came over to my house and you see the kids. Like, I ain't playing them games.
It's crazy.
Because
But
of
you know
who
what
you
that-
was, I
Right.
have to be who I am now.
Absolutely. That's very
Regardless
true.
of what I'm going through with
That's
this
so
bitch,
amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to be.
And what did I
that
tell you?
father.
I do
When
have
you
a
was
question
standing
for you,
there crying.
Jay.
Oh, because even when
you
I
was
told
standing
her,
there crying.
first of all, I didn't even know she knew. These motherfuckers called her and didn't tell me they
You-
called her and
He
said that
got
she
some
was
real
pregnant.
look.
So then I'm like, what the fuck? So I call her. I'm going.
See,
I go to work. I'm
Come back.
Hold on.
sad.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
crying.
Let her tell that story
I'm
though.
crying. I'm like, Mom, I got a baby on the way, Mom. What I'm supposed to do?
Come on back.
No, you didn't.
I want to be my
Yeah.
dad.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, tell that
Before
story.
we got there.
Tell that story. Because you know your
Driving-
kids.
driving to
She
work.
like, what's wrong? I'm like,
I
"Nothing,
said,
Mom."
She knew the
what's
whole time.
wrong? I'm driving.
Mamas know everything.
I didn't
ain't
even know till years
I
later
said,
she already
son,
knew.
I said, son, did you kill somebody?
No.
I said, did you rob? Thank. I said, is the police looking for your
Okay.
son?
She
I
knew the
said-
whole time.
I said, you can tell your mother anything. So
Can't
he
tell you
sitting there-
this.
He said, I can't tell you this. I said, oh. Okay. I said, well, you have a good day. And he got out that car when he got out. I went over there. He just fell into my mom. And I told him, I said, son, I already know.
I know that's right.
What? I said, don't you ever allow somebody
No.
else
You
to
just talked to me.
tell your story.
I didn't know
Because I
about that
didn't
till years
appreciate
later. I didn't know about
Yeah.
that till about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when you
Yeah,
told me
okay.
you knew.
But
Right.
his main thing was what he was so upset about. He said he didn't want to be like his father. Okay, and I told him, you won't be. You will be better than that. I've raised you better. So that day in the hospital, that took a lot out of me. The quietest man that I had not talked to for years that I had battled in court. You understand? For his just due. You're gonna take care of him. Because if you think you're gonna make 300,000 out here, when I tell you he needs tutoring, you better cut that check. Quit playing with me. So whatever I needed, I got, and it was always a battle. So it took a lot, but that's what a mother do.
Right.
Right.
And I called him and I said, my son broke down crying. Today his child will be born. I don't know what it is, but he don't want to be like you. Call him. So when we in there, kept looking at his phone. Looked back at me, kept looking at his phone. So when everything going, he said, Mom, somebody keep calling me. So I said, why don't you go and take that call? I said, go and step out there and take it.
Set me the fuck, set me up.
But see,
like-
but you know, that's a prime example about how
She's
the
protected.
hurt and the pain. Whereas that's what our culture is so much divided in that sense where we don't want to listen to each other. You know,
Right.
we don't want to accept constructive criticism.
Right.
We don't want in the ball. It is true. There is generational curses.
It is.
Absolutely.
And it's each generation's job to do better than the next generation and to expose those things that needs to be fixed.
Mhm.
But that takes me back to the whole healing process. People are not fully healed. They think
Yes.
they are. You're not, because the residue of that hurt, that wound is still on you, thus make you hurt other people.
Absolutely.
But we're not
Once
gonna
you
use
go
it
and
as
get
excuse,
that-
though.
But it's not an excuse,
No,
Omar.
no,
I'm not,
'cause what I-
listen, you missing a
What
point.
I'll say is,
Care for people, but don't carry them. But it's their responsibility. Take me back. I say it's your responsibility to heal yourself, because if you don't heal yourself, you're not going to get the essential benefits of life, because you're going to carry that burden from generations to generations to generations. You know what I mean?
And that was
but
my thing.
what I'll
That's
tell
what
you
you're-
though is with her, like with my father in COVID when we was down in Atlanta, and I got the call saying that, you know, from my brother that he wanted to talk to me. She'll tell you, I went to her and my uncle, and I said, I don't got shit to talk to
Yeah.
dude about. Fuck him. I don't want to talk to dude.
I was in the
I'm
kitchen
cool.
cooking,
And
and I kept
they
cooking.
said-
I didn't-
they told me it was for, well, more so she was cooking, but my uncle, he was like, talk to him.
Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. You don't know, that could be even though y'all might have missed out, he might be a great grandfather
And
to
then-
your children.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then his messy behind looked at me to see.
and I was like, I ain't really with it, whatever. But like I said, I called him, and like I said, I'm not
You got
mad
closure
that I
on the
called him
situation.
because we've talked.
Yeah.
He's told me about, he's apologized
He's
about
a
how
good dude.
things went.
He's a good dude,
And
you know.
I have gained respect for him since then.
Yes.
And even though we missed out on that time, like I said, I know I could call him and he gonna give me game or whatever I asked him for. I talk to him about certain things, and he is a father. And like I said, now being a grown man, I understand certain things. I understand if I get put in a certain situation, how I might react with it or how I might not react with it, because
Right.
now of how knowing who he is a little bit and what he went through. Like I said, I can't be mad about nothing. It is what it is. Like I said, I can't harbor on no feelings. It is what it is. Because
But
at
see,
the end of the day,
right.
I had a great mother.
That's
Right.
that's
Still
the
did what
point.
she
That's
needs
why I'm
to
gonna
do.
bring it
Took
back, because
care
y'all
of
trying
me.
to make it about that, and it's not. You
Well, no,
had
it's
a
all
mom,
because it's all
but-
about it. Because I said
right?
it's a yin
but
and yang, so you can't
had
go
a
one
mom,
without the
but
other.
you had a
No.
mom that was willing to. You
Handle
had a
business.
mom that's willing to hold you down at whatever cost. You know what I mean?
And
To
she
make
did what she had
sure-
to do. Like I said,
to
she
still-
should have stopped the perfection. I don't know why she
But
kept going. She should have stopped.
But,
But you know what-
I want you to, but that's why I want to bring it back to make sure it's a blessing. It's so many people who don't have their mother.
Right.
It
Absolutely.
is a
That's
true
true. That's
blessing to have your mother. People long to have their mothers. So many people lost their mom.
Yeah.
And to have your mom is
Look,
a blessing.
You know what's
Something
crazy?
happened to her, y'all. Don't even call my phone.
You know what's
Either
crazy?
like-
I'm gonna give you a
I
real
have,
life
but
scenario.
I have a
My mom was
question.
calling. I said, "Damn, my mom will call again." Bitch, like, I ain't got my mama.
Yeah.
I had to check
And you
myself.
have to
I
put
said,
it
you
in
know what?
perspective.
So sad.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna stop doing that. 'Cause, Mom, you do call too damn much.
But you
we're
know
not
what?
talking about that.
If
But you
but
concerned,
one
period.
day,
I
but
get
one
that.
day,
You
because
concerned.
one day,
I
what
call
we-
her every morning though.
but see what we don't
She's
realize.
concerned though. I'm gonna take
Oh,
that from her.
please!
Let
But
mama talk.
just text what we all have to understand. There are two certainties in life. We are born and we're gonna die,
Yeah.
and we keep forgetting that. One day we're not gonna be here. So I say to everyone, what are you going to do with this time that we have
Memories.
right now?
But see, that's what I was gonna say. This is why, and shit, I probably get on her damn nerves. You know, I work early in the morning, but I call her every morning, 6, 7 in the morning. I call her phone because by Tasia losing her mother and I seeing her,
That's true.
you only get one mother, and I don't want to regret not calling enough or not talking.
When you would drive, he was driving third shift. That was his first.
Oh, that was horrible. I thought I was gonna die driving
And
third
he
shift.
would be like, "Mom, I'm tired."
Yeah.
Every night, 2 in the morning. What you doing, Mom? What you doing up? We talk. How you feel? We talk about 4:30. I noticed in his voice he picked back up. Next night. What you doing? Ma, why is you up?
Yeah.
I'm up, my back hurting, whatever. I think by 4th, 5th night he said, Ma, you ain't gotta talk me, bro. But my thing was, if you won't go, you ain't going to sleep now with me on this phone. And I would set my phone 1:30, 2 o'clock and get up and talk him through it until I heard that perk up in his voice. Now, I'm gonna say this, love him to death, but ring my doorbell one more time, sir.
See, I don't read my mom though. I got the key.
I got a key. I got a key too.
But
But she cussed me out, so I'm ringing the doorbell.
It's about the boundaries. You have a key.
Ain't no
You
boundaries.
got a key.
when it
We
comes to
just
my OG
walk
house.
in,
I'm
and I'm like,
walking in.
Omar, call.
But I walk in because
But-
hold on, let me speak. You know the woman's problem is.
I'm finna crack
Listen,
this
Jazz,
shit.
hold on. You
I'ma
gonna
get him,
respect them.
Jazz.
Listen, when them niggas mess with your mama, she don't want to tell the trouble kid because she know how I'm coming.
Who?
When that nigga left that thing
What?
on my mama thing, I said, why you ain't tell me? We arguing because I know how you get.
First of
I was
all,
gonna turn man up.
let
Don't
me
play with my
let
mama,
me
nigga.
tell you something. First of all, you
I
ain't
feel like
you
you
ain't
called
never.
me.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we finna slide.
But it's
Slide.
okay.
I said, call my mama, get the
But-
address from that nigga.
But
We
it's
finna
so
slide.
trust me, I will never put my kids in
I
no
don't care.
position. I'm just telling you.
We your son.
I'm not
It
gonna.
don't
But
matter.
I know.
She shouldn't
Listen,
do that.
because
I
I would
should.
never.
No,
No, I would
If
never.
a nigga play with my mama, I'm punishing.
Omar, first of all,
She know how to call me because she know what
but
I'm
what
gonna
you
do.
don't, what you gonna let me finish?
Period.
First of all, a man not gonna play with me because I don't play no
He
games.
had played with
Anyway, who have people have played people?
When that man
look-
left that door in your car, you ain't tell me. I had
but
to find
Omar,
out through
that
my
a
brain.
person leaving a note on my car is
That's
not
so
playing
like-
with me.
That stalker is.
You talking about we talking about today. I don't remember. I don't live in yesterday, yellow long years ago.
Period.
Let's talk about the
Right.
now. I don't
Yeah,
live in the
feelings there.
past. We talking about current events, and what I'm telling you as a mother, you never want to put your children in any
Mhm.
position where it will bring harm to them in any type of way. Because I've saw harm be brought to children because of a mother's lack of wanting to be with
Yeah.
someone. It's okay to be with someone and to desire whatever you desire, but make sure that when you have children, that they are your priority first. They are.
But as a son, as a
While
black
they
man,
young.
you know your son stepping for you for sure. Like
But Omar,
you ain't got never
sometimes
question
this
that.
is what I teach you
She
all the
don't
time. I
question it
teach you
all.
all the time. You don't never, I'm the type of person you never gonna see me coming because I don't have to boast about how I'm coming. Because if you show how you coming and what you doing, you give a person a leg up. They don't know how I'm coming. They don't, sometimes people think they know me, but they don't even know how I get down, and I have to tell them. Trust me, touch me, and you will see me show up. But I don't
Touch her, you
have
gonna
to
see me.
show you that. So what I'm trying to explain to him, it's not about that. It's about finding the balance. And I'm not saying don't protect yourself, but it's
Yeah.
about finding everything that I look at life as a stray cat.
Yeah.
If you continue to feed a stray cat, it's gonna keep scratching at your door.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna entertain foolishness. Why? You don't get. I'm 50 years old. You don't get to get the rest of my life. Why entertain you for what? Stress stress me out. I don't do stress. I do not do it. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna tell you one time. I'm gonna give you a chance to figure it out. You don't figure it out. Oh well, I don't know what else to tell you.
Dear
Speaking
man,
of that,
if
It's
a
not
nigga
about
got
the
more,
man. It's
if a
about-
nigga got more
Oh,
money than me,
please.
he can't talk to you. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow.
Talk your shit, Jazz.
Anyway, back
can't
to
talk to you.
Jazz.
Talk your
This
shit,
is Mother's
Jazz.
Day
If he
sex.
doesn't have more money,
I
he
want
can't
Let
talk to
Jazz
you.
Jazz,
speak.
Jazz, talk your
Over
shit.
this
Would you
table
let
and-
stop
Jazz,
Omar
talk your
and let
shit.
her speak? Go ahead, Jazz. Let
You get on
Jazz
my
speak.
nerves so bad.
Please
She's
allow her
Leo.
to speak.
She's Leo.
Yeah, I am. We so opposite. It's so crazy.
She's a
Y'all
July
are-
Leo.
Go
I
ahead.
love him, but he get on my nerves so
That's
bad.
all right. Go
She don't
ahead,
mind
Jazz.
too.
Omar, stop.
So like women in dating, like now it is very different, like how it used to be. Like I feel like I'm battling girls that are like on social media, showing this, showing that. I feel like men overlook, and I feel like they gonna say that they don't, but men overlook the girls that are like, I'm at home by 9 o'clock.
No, you
I
don't.
know how to cook a meal. I'm what?
No, you don't.
Oh, I feel like y'all do.
No,
I
you
know how to
don't.
cook a meal. I know how to be like, I'm not in a serious relationship right now, but I feel like because that's what I was raised in, like I was brought up to be like a woman. I wasn't brought up to be a hoe, honestly. And that's what we are seeing on social media. I feel like it's so hard to battle between these girls that got these big asses. I'm sorry, these big asses. Just being real extra. Like, how do we like
Just keep being you.
Jazz,
Keep
at
being
the end
you.
of the day, I'm gonna be very honest. I've heard nothing but good things about you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I've heard nothing but great things about you. And like she said, be you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've never been. I was never that woman. This one here asked me, "Am I gonna see you on the freaking?" I told her,
I had to ask.
and you know what I?
Cause
you know what
she
Hold
used
on.
to kids.
You know
I had to
what
ask.
hold on.
What?
But you know what I told her?
What?
Your mother has always been a boss.
Period.
Back
Yeah,
there
I
before they knew what sections was. You
Yeah.
feel me? I was walking in
Okay.
with the balls.
Okay.
So never that.
Yeah.
You will never look on the
Okay.
tape.
Absolutely.
And I would have never put myself in position to be on that. So be who you are,
Yes.
not who everybody else.
Right.
Because trust me, that right there, you know, about 5 years,
Mhm.
that ass cheek
Yeah.
sagging over there. That
Yeah.
was
But see, you know what? Who is meant to? So see, don't ever get in your mind that you're in a competition with no one.
Right. Absolutely.
Because who's meant to see you going to see you.
That's
You
so
don't
true.
never have to
Exactly.
prove your value to anyone, because the right eyes that's meant to see it, those who not seeing you, that you don't want them
That's
to
why
see
I put
you
on
anyway.
Instagram though, Mom.
They don't want to see you anyway.
That's
What I don't care what's on Instagram.
That's
Be
why I put on there.
classy.
I
You
always knew
stay classy.
my word.
It'll last the test of time.
I always knew my word.
right.
And because I knew my word, you couldn't say no.
Yeah, they don't play with you.
You couldn't come at me a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You know, you had to be on a certain level to even sit down and have that
That's a fact.
conversation.
Yep.
And that's what I tried to do with my daughter. I
Right.
tried to do that with my niece. And I'm doing it with my granddaughter. So far,
Absolutely.
I'm winning with Kaylee.
I know that's right, girl.
Yeah.
I'm winning with Kaylee.
Kaylee the most like her out of everybody. Kaylee
You
is,
know?
is her twin for real.
You keep working. I work. I don't twerk.
I know that's right.
Well, on
We
that
gonna
note,
wrap- yeah, on
we're
that
We're gonna wrap
note,
that up.
I'm gonna wrap it
Mom, I
up.
better not catch you
I
twerking.
work. I don't
Topics of the
twerk.
trenches,
I better
man.
not catch you twerking.
I don't twerk. I'm a lady.
Mother